and she is specialist in nutrition in infants and child. Have you? She has been working in. She has been into the same field for last 7 years, and now today she is going to talk on right eating for our kids, especially infants and toddlers. So thank you so much. Thanks, Sakshi, for being here.
Hello everybody. Can you hear me without a mic? Yeah. So probably I don't need a mic then. Thank you. So we are going to talk about food, diet, nutrition of your child. Okay. So how many parents do we have today? Okay. And your children are between the age of 0 to 3 years, I think mostly?
Yes.
Alright. Okay. So do you really think about your child's nutrition? Do you really think about, what should I give to my child?
Yes.
You do, yeah. Okay. And fine. So today we're going to do it in an interesting way. We'll start with a game. Okay. So we'll see how much aware are you about the different products which are available in the market, the different food products, basically healthy food products which are available in the market. So we'll start with a game. All right. So that we can have learning with fun, like we do for children, right? Okay. So please raise your hands, whoever knows the answer, okay? So you have to guess the name of the brand or the product for the tagline or logo shown to you. Alright? So be ready. To which brand does kids' breakfast cereal Chocos belong? Okay. So that's a very simple, I think, question for you. Just think. Okay. So here's a tip for you. Add pomegranate and nuts in Chocos to make it a complete breakfast for your child. Alright, so if you add some color to it and if you add some, obviously pomegranate will add nutrition as well as color to it. So it will make it more interesting. Alright, so we come to the next question. Kuch meetha ho jaye. Please. Cadbury. Yeah. So we know we need the name of the brand. What does this logo belong to? Which brand? California. She's right. Okay. So rich in proteins and healthy fats, essential for your kids' sharpening brain. So almonds and walnuts, the nuts are very good for your kids' memory and brain. Eat healthy, think better.
Britannia.
Who said that? Great. So this is Britannia. But you have to raise your hand, please.
Okay. Sorry.
Quaker. Right. So all of us are very much aware about Quaker these days. Alright. So we have some new people coming. Quaker. Blend mango, strawberry or kiwi in your oatmeal to make it tasty and colorful meal for the little one. We'll be giving you a handout, so you'll have a recipe of a mango oatmeal also in the handout, okay? So you can make it, otherwise oats sound something that we can't give it to children. It sounds very boring maybe. But you can make it interesting because it is very nutritious for children. Right? Okay. The taste of India. Okay. So the questions are easy, I think. Okay. The complete food store. I think we have a store. We have the store in. I think we have the store. Anybody want to guess? It's a premium. It's a premium grocery store. This is Le Marche. So what is the name of the brand? The name of the company? Soy. This is a soya milk that is shown, that is written here. So what is the name of the company or what is the name of the brand? Anybody? Anyone of you consume soya milk, or do you serve it to your child? And I think we're going to cover it in our presentation also, that soya milk is so good for kids. Okay, so there's nobody who knows the name? Sofit. Okay, and this is one of the most popular brands which is available in common market these days in India. Soya milk is great for your growing children as it is rich in iron, calcium and proteins. We're going to give you a recipe of even soya also in the handout. In fact, you should try to include soya in your child's diet in different forms, because soya is one of the very, very nutritious foods. Alright? Even for your child also. For us it is definitely good, even for your child also. So I think you all are quite aware. Hakse mango. Tummy bhi khush, mummy bhi khush. No. Right. But here I would like to say that prefer homemade soups from natural vegetables over packaged soups. Okay? You can add small amount of pasta or noodles to make it interesting for your children. How many of you serve Knorr or Maggi soups to your children? Nobody. Do you serve homemade soups? Yeah. So you're aware that packaged soup should not be served to children because it doesn't have anything apart from flavor. Right. So that's a brand for atta. Give multigrain flour. Make your atta nutritious by adding ragi or soya flour or chana flour in small amounts. Never add them in big amounts because it may alter the taste or it may make the rotis harder. Okay, so add them in small amounts to make the atta nutritious for a child. Ragi is very rich in calcium. Soya is very rich in calcium plus proteins. Chana is rich in proteins. So it will add your atta more nutritious. Thank you. So we started with a small game. Alright, and I think you all enjoyed. You knew the answers. Quite a lot of you knew the answers. Alright, so we'll start with the presentation now. We're going to talk about your child's right diet and your child's right nutrition. So now how many parents do we have? Please raise your hands. We have many new people coming. So now we have a good strength. Okay. Alright. Give a right launch to eating to your child. Since we have not many people, so let us ask you that how old is your child so that I know what is the age range that we have generally. Okay, we start from here.
2 years.
2 years.
21 months.
21 months. Alright.
11 and a half.
11 and a half months.
21 months.
21 months. Okay.
3 years.
3 years. So,
21 months.
sorry?
21 months.
21 months. Okay. We had many people at the back.
4 and a half.
4.5 years. Okay.
27 months.
27.
12
months. So we have many people of around 1 to 2 years of age. Alright. Okay. First 3 years, period of incredible growth. A normal infant doubles his birth weight by the age of 5 months and triples by the age of 1 year. 2/3 of brain development takes place during the first year of life. So this shows that the nutritional requirements of a child are so high. Alright, they need such a good nutritional intake in terms of quantity as well as in terms of quality. Alright, we shouldn't be talking always about quantity. It is not about always only filling up your child's stomach. It should be good in quality also. It should be nutritionally balanced also. Okay. Appropriate feeding for age. Probably you can relate your child here. For children 3 to 6 months of age, only exclusive breastfeeding should be done. Alright? You should not give even water for below 6 months of age for children. 6 to 12 months, breastfeeding and complementary feeding with family foods. Okay? Here the family foods would be very soft. They would be, you shouldn't be giving, a lot of variety of foods. Maybe, you can give one food at a time. Okay, they should be pureed form, mashed form. They have to be in the soft consistency basically. But they shouldn't be watery. Okay, generally what we do is, for parents, who have children of about 4 months, 5 months, I would like to tell you that many times what we do is, we give dal ka pani at 6 months or maybe 6.5, 7 months. When we start giving them family foods, we start giving them dal ka pani. but dal ka pani is too thin to be given. Alright? When the food is too watery, then it fills your child's stomach too soon. Okay? But it doesn't give that kind of nutritional, it is not basically nutritional dense. Okay? It is a very dilute form of nutrition. So give little thick, it should be pouring consistency, it shouldn't be watery. Okay? So don't give very thin liquids to your child. Then for 1 to 3 years of child, it should be a balanced and a nutritious diet. Alright? It is very important to plan your child's diet properly. It shouldn't be that you are giving whatever is available at home. You will have to plan your child's diet, because a child should not be treated like a small adult. Children are different, adults are different. Their needs, they are very sensitive, their food palate is very sensitive. Okay, so plan your child's diet always. Okay, if your little one is 3 to 6 months old, mothers, you are the source of your baby's complete nutrition. Be proud to give your baby the nutritionally tailor-made food. Why is breast milk so much? It is so much encouraged that you should feed your baby till 6 months of age. Why is it so good? Why not cow's milk? Why not formula milk? There's so many formula milks available in the market these days. It has the perfect and the appropriate amount of proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, water and enzymes for your baby. So your baby doesn't need anything if your baby has enough of breast milk. Okay? He or she is getting enough of water, he or she is getting enough of everything from your milk. So you don't need to give anything apart from your breast milk. The lactose present in breast milk helps in the absorption of iron and calcium. Contains all essential fatty acids that are needed for the growth of brain, eyes and healthy blood vessels. Alright? So the composition of breast milk is such that even if it has something lesser than maybe cow's milk or buffalo's milk, it is better. Generally what happens is, that is generally a common tendency of a layman. We put the bottle in the child's mouth, and especially at night, if you feed the child with maybe cow's milk or buffalo's milk, the child sleeps calmly for the whole night. The mother feels relaxed that the child is not getting awake again and again. But it is because the buffalo's or the cow's milk is very high in fat content. Okay, it takes very long to digest. Alright, so the child's stomach is full for the whole night. He feels heavy on his stomach and he doesn't get up. But that is not right. Okay, the child may be feeling, it means the food is taking longer to digest. Okay, but it is not that he doesn't need any food anymore. A child of maybe 6 to 12 months of age needs food, needs milk every 2.5 3 hours. Iron in the breast milk is absorbed better than any other sources of iron. Hence, it prevents anemia in infancy. Anemia is one of the, I think, most common nutritional deficiencies that we have across the country. So it really helps. And number 2, even it helps to prevent anemia later, especially for girls. If they have proper breastfeeding during the first 6 months of age, and maybe even 6 to 12 months of age, even they have proper breastfeeding, they will not develop nutritional deficiencies or allergies later.
I have a question. How do you figure out whether the child is suffering from anemia or not?
For child, see, generally the symptoms are, there's a paleness, okay, weakness, dizziness, these are general symptoms, but of course you will be able to diagnose it as anemia only after getting blood test done. Generally, parents see the symptoms like, the child is not that active, the child is pale sometimes, the child is not that, the child is not that active for his age, okay, he's weak, okay, and many times he's not able to respond to whatever you playing with him, maybe he's not able to respond that well. So you may show to a doctor, so you'll be able to diagnose it as anemia only once doctor tells you. Alright? And definitely breast milk contains anti-allergic properties unlike cow's and buffalo's milk. This is one of the most important things I think that we have in breast milk, that it has lots of antibodies and anti-allergic properties. Okay, so it protects your child against lot of infections and lot of diseases, even at later stages of life. If your little one is 6 to 12 months of old, mothers, get ready for another role. So baby is starting to eat foods for the first time, she will need your support and care. Many times mothers feel it to be a big effort or even they feel cranky to feed to their child at the age of 6 months or 7 months, especially when the child is starting to eat. But your child needs a lot of support and care from you. You need to have lots and lots of patience. Alright? Only one food should be introduced at a time. You should never serve your child a plate of foods which have many new foods. Okay? Only one food should be introduced at a time, and that food should be given for about 4 days. That's called as a 4-day rule. Okay? Because you need to recognize if there is any allergy also. And this is the age, at the age of 6 months to maybe 8 months, when you recognize, identify any allergies that the child has. Okay, so introduce only one food. If you have introduced something like an egg, okay, give it for 4 days and then maybe introduce some new food. Okay, so that you can identify if there is any symptom, if there is anything, abnormal that you can find out in your child. So that you can, and number 2, it helps the child also to get adjusted to the taste. Okay, as I said, that the child's food palate, the child's tongue is very sensitive. So the child will not be able to, accept a lot of new taste altogether, like we can do. Okay. At first, the child may push the food out of her mouth. This is because they do not know the skill of moving it back to their mouth and swallow it. So do not feel that child is not liking the taste, or child is not interested in eating, or child is not hungry. Do not think that child is not accepting it, but it's just that initially they may push it out of their mouth. I think most of you must have seen it. They take out their tongue and they try to take out the food. But it's just that initially they do not know. Till now they were just sucking out of the nipple. Okay, they do not know how to take the food inside and how to swallow it. Okay, so it will take some time. Never force feed your baby. That I think most of the parents do. Never force feed. If your baby dislikes a particular food, do not force feed your baby. Stop it there and reintroduce it after maybe some time. At that time, the child may not have liked the taste of the food. Little later, the child may, maybe after a few days, after a week, after a month, the child may like the taste of the food. Maybe change the form. Okay? No child likes vegetables as such. So try to incorporate it in different forms. Alright, but never force feed. Okay, because when we feed our children forcibly, they develop a reluctance to have it. They will not have it even later. They will develop a negativity towards that food. So never force feed. Remove that food from the plate. Okay? Commercially processed foods may be convenient, but they are not as nutritious as homemade foods. Tell me the name of the most common commercially prepared food. Maggi. So I think that is a very convenient food. All of us have eaten it, and even we feed to our children. Alright? So I strongly recommend to not giving convenience food, rather give family foods in mashed or pureed form. What does Cerelac have? It is a cereal. Alright? It is something like maybe rice or wheat or oats or suji or maybe rice flakes. So why can't we make it at home? Why do we need to have something which is already available in the market in powdered form? Because anything packed can never be compared to homemade food. Right? So don't, bank upon the convenience foods in the market. Make new dishes out of the homemade things. Make good homemade food and make different things from the family, from something which is available in the kitchen. Okay? Serve your baby in a separate plate or bowl. Okay? This gives the child the feeling that I have to finish the plate. They feel independent, and they feel good about it that they have been served in their own plate. Okay, they see, they watch you, that everybody is eating their own plates. So do not encourage them to eat from their own plates. Okay, serve them in their own bowls. Number 2, you will know the quantity that your child has finished. Okay, give your baby variety of foods. It makes it more appealing for the baby. Don't expect the child to have one kind of paratha every day. In every day, if you are having paratha, you will probably want your child to have paratha every day because you do not want to cook something separate for your child. I know it needs little more effort. It needs more of your time, but child can't eat one thing every day. Okay, they need variety. And number 2, variety will add more nutrition also. They will have varied nutritional intake also. If you notice any sickness or paleness in your baby after a particular food, it should not be given as she may be allergic to that food. So just, and especially when you are introducing a new food. If you find any sickness, it may be a gastric problem, or it may be a problem, something like a coughing the child may get. So if you find out any kind of sickness or illness, just identify it or recognize it so that you can at least see the doctor. Encourage your baby to eat by talking, playing with her, paying attention and showing love, interest, love and affection. Always associate eating with positive things. Generally what we do is we associate eating with TV. We switch on the Cartoon Network and we feed the child a bowl of food. So that he's indulged in watching the TV, and meanwhile we can feed the baby. But do not associate food with things like TV. Okay, associate it with talking to the child. Make stories while feeding him. Making whatever is the color of the food, whatever is the shape of the food, associate that, make a story out of it, and then feed. So and plus of course love and affection. So the child will always have good memories while having food, and they will associate eating with good things. The child will long to have food because he knows that when I will have food, my mother is going to come, sit with me, and she's going to talk with a lot of love, and she's going to tell me stories. The child will actually look for time when the child will eat food. Okay. Encourage all family members to eat, to sit together with the baby. Generally, what we do is we think that let us feed my baby first so that I'm free from the baby side, from his dinner maybe, and then we feed to the whole family. But the child, as soon as the child is little older, maybe 2 years plus, the child should be encouraged to sit on the dining table with you all, and let him eat with all of you. He will watch, he will observe that everybody is finishing their plates, everybody is eating dal also, sabzi also, salad also, everything. So they will understand that there is something like many things in a plate also. So they observe you. So always make them eat with you. Do not try to feed them separately, and so that whole family can eat later calmly. Okay. Now, if your baby is a fuss eater, how many of you have babies who have fuss eaters? I think all of you. Babies are actually fuss eaters. Okay. So be a good role model. Very, very, very important. I think one of the 90% of child's eating habits depends upon how you are, what kind of eating you do. Okay, if you do not like a food, do not expect your child to like that food. Alright, so be a good role model. Do not leave food, at least in front of your child, do not leave food in the plate. Okay, or maybe do not mess up your plate in front of your child. So you will have to be a good role model, because children, they observe their parents. Girls would, they would like to copy their mothers, and boys, they would like to copy try to copy their parents, their fathers. Alright, so try and be a good role model for your child. Make sure that the food you serve looks interesting. No child, like I said, oatmeal, when I spoke about oatmeal, I said no child would like to eat that oatmeal. Right, so we can make it in the form of mango oatmeal, or we can make it in the form of kiwi oatmeal, so that it has small, you can see those small seeds also, and you can see that good green color. Okay, so try to make the food interesting. Encourage, and the food can be made interesting by giving them different shapes, by giving them different colors, and making them attractive by garnishing them also. Encourage self-feeding from a young age. Okay. Try to make your child feed on his own, eat on his own. He may mess up. Generally what we feel is कि वो कपड़े गंदे कर देंगे, and all that we feel कि हम इसलिए we like to feed them from our own hands. But let them eat on their own. They will start feeling that feeling of responsibility that I have to finish it on myself. All right. Find a food he will eat from each food group. If your child doesn't like milk, it is okay. Don't force feed. Try offering yogurt or cheese, that is paneer. Okay, so that's what we generally do, and I think हमारी सभी की mentality है that child should take milk. Milk is the source of prime source of nutrition. That's what we generally feel. But it's okay if a child doesn't like milk. You may add little flavor to it. You may try to make it in different forms maybe. try to make curd, try to give him curd, try to give him paneer, try to give him lassi, sweet lassi. To give it in different forms, it is okay if the child is not liking milk. Maybe at later stage of life he may start liking. Alright? So, and you know, when I said each food group, that means if a child is not liking, let us say, a particular vegetable, okay, it doesn't mean the child will not like any vegetable. Give the different vegetable from the same food group. Alright, same goes for soya also. Soya, he may not like it in the form of soya milk, but he may like it if you give it tofu, if you give grated tofu with lots of different things, maybe you know little, you can add little chunks of soya in it, and you can add little carrot, sliced carrot in it, and make it in a different, interesting form, colorful, interesting form. Different shapes are when the child can see different shapes in the same recipe. It makes it interesting for the child. Make sure that your expectations are realistic. Never expect a child to be like, as I mentioned earlier also, like a small adult. Okay, a child can never be like an adult. So do not expect a child that, you know, if you're giving a big quantity of food, that the child is going to finish it. So serve small at a time. Alright? Serve child size meals. He can always ask for a second helping. So don't serve a lot, or serve in big quantities to a child in the first helping. If he'll finish it, he'll feel that sense of achievement. He'll feel good about it, that I've finished my plate. And he may ask for more. He can definitely ask you for more second helping also. Look for ways to boost the nutritional value of the dishes your toddler enjoys. So basically, in the same food, you can increase the nutritional value. Alright, like instead of giving, like we give a cutlet, let us say, we give a aloo ka cutlet, or we give a aloo pakoda, something like that. Give a mixed vegetable cutlet. Give a paneer cutlet. Give a maybe for example, if you're giving a besan chila to your child, stuff it with some vegetables, or make it in the form of a roll. Alright, stuff it with corn, a nice corn preparation, and stuff it, roll it, the chila. So increase the nutritional value of the food. Okay, if the child is filling the stomach but not getting enough nutrition, there is no point of giving it. So as I initially starting I mentioned that it is not only the quantity. You do not have to feed your child just for the sake of filling the stomach of the child. You have to take care of the quality of the food also. Look for ways, already covered this, minimize distractions at the table. I have already mentioned about it, that the TV and music and all these things should not be taken as a thing that the child can divert himself towards TV and child should start eating. That should not be done. Structure your child's eating so that she has 3 regular meals a day and 2 healthy snacks in between meals. So there should be at least a 5-meal pattern for a child. 3, the child should learn to have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and 2 small snacking in between. And probably you will have to take care of that. You will have to make that habit in child, because this is the foundation that is being laid for the child's eating habits. Okay, if the child is starting to eat healthy at this age, they will keep eating healthy even later also.
So other than 3 meals and 2 snacks, how many times should he take milk?
See, milk should not be given when the child is when it is the time for the child to feel hungry. Okay, milk can be given maybe late at night when he's already had his dinner. So milk should be it should be an addition. It should not replace a main meal. All right, so 5 meals should be there. That generally, in fact, what we do is that as soon as the child gets up, we give him a bottle of milk, or we give him a glass of milk. But that is replacing the breakfast of the child. So give him proper 5 meals, and apart from that, you can give him milk. When you think that the child can drink milk, but he's not that hungry. Maybe he had just 1 hour of having a meal.
But if he doesn't have milk and has only this much, is it sufficient? Or would you say he should have?
He should have more meals than that. If he doesn't have milk, then he should have more meals, maybe 6 to 7 meals a day. Because children eat very small in quantity. They graze. Okay, so they eat very small, and then they would probably leave it. So depending upon the quantity that he's eaten in the last meal, maybe you can decide in how much time you have to give him the next meal. All right. All right. So. Be a smart parent. No child likes palak or batua, etc. So incorporate them in his favorite cutlets or parathas. Okay, so nobody would, if you give him roti and maybe palak ka saag or methi ki roti, no child will eat that. Okay, no child likes it. So it is okay. It is not that your child is more fussy about it or your child is not eating. No child likes it. So try and incorporate it in different foods, whichever food he likes to eat. His favorite, try to incorporate it in his favorite foods, right? Associate nutritious foods with his favorite cartoon characters like Popeye eats spinach. I think all of you know it, and many of you must be doing it also. So try and try and associate powerful cartoon characters with a good food. So child always can relate it better. All right. Add lots of vegetables to his favorite pasta sauce. Children generally like pastas. They really like, especially maybe 2.5 years old or 3 years old child, little older child. They like pasta. They like Maggi and all these things. First, I would say that do not expose them to the taste of these packaged foods till the time you can do it. Once you have exposed them to the taste of maybe Maggi, they may, if they have developed the liking to it, they may want to eat it always. I remember there was a child when I was counseling. He was only used to eating Maggi. He only liked Maggi. So then if he's liked the taste of that Maggi, then parents are helpless about it. Then they try, then what should we do? So do not expose the child to the taste of these packaged foods. Okay, if he is never tasting, he would not know that there's something like this also exists in the market. All right. So try and incorporate lots of vegetables in pasta, noodles, whatever you're giving him. Add lots of vegetables to it. Make multigrain flour rotis and parathas. I have already mentioned it that soya flour, ragi flour can be added in the same atta. Colors and shapes are always best attraction for kids. Serve them foods in different colors and shapes. Okay, like making cutlets in different shapes, and making maybe parathas also you can make in different shapes. Sandwiches you can make in different shapes. All right. Call palak roti as green roti or strawberry curd as pink curd. Give interesting titles to the dishes, like curd can be associated with ice from the fairyland. So you'll have to maybe associate some stories along with the food. Okay, so every child likes storytelling, every child. Okay, so associate eating with stories basically, and foods maybe with its characters. Like apple moons, thinly sliced apples can be called apple moons. Peach boats, a quarter of a peach. Sorry, it isn't peach. A peach boat, a quarter of peach can be called as peach boat. Banana wheels, their slices. Broccoli trees, steamed broccoli florets can be called as broccoli trees. Carrot swords, cooked and thinly sliced carrots. So try and associate them with their adventurous stories, with fairy tales, and with maybe powerful cartoon characters which are there in the which he's really fond of. Now tiffin options, that is one of the major challenges that all of us face. So we've mentioned Monday to Sunday tiffin options here, so you will get a lot of options here. Suji pancakes stuffed with grated carrots along with tomato sauce. Okay, this can be one of the options. Cucumber paneer sandwiches with one guava, maybe one whole, any fruit. Okay, that can be one of the tiffin options. Papaya, apple, pomegranate, grapes and oranges. So maybe a big bowl of fruits, different colored fruits. So he has different colors in his tiffin on that day. Stir-fried vegetables roll. Alright, so stir-fry some vegetables. Carrots, beans, peas, baby corn, paneer cubes. We stir-fry vegetables, make a roti and roll it. And maybe you can pin it with a toothpick and make it small, just like we have spring rolls. So cut it and give it in small pieces. Boiled black chana chaat with maybe one banana. Steamed idlis with coconut chutney, or vegetable wheat pasta with cheese. Okay, these are a few options for the healthy tiffin options for a child. 2 wonder foods for your kids' immunity. Child's immunity is very important. There are a lot of foods which give immunity to your child.
Will you reverse back the...
Sure.
So, will we not have access to your presentation later?
Yeah, presentation, no.
Are you going to give us some handouts?
We're going to give you an handout.
Everything will be there.
Different options will not be there. It has 2 recipes and it has few tips basically on the handout.
I'll do one thing, I'll pass on this pad. You can mention email IDs. We'll send you the presentation.
Yeah,
That I can
that's
see.
yeah.
What is your plan? Somebody just gave me. Go to the company's. Will you pass on an extra pen here?
Ever given any one of options out of all these? Okay.
My daughter is 8. Yeah.
She's 8 months or 8 years?
8 years. Yes. She carries fruits almost every day, different fruits.
Okay.
And idlis also.
Okay.
And black chana also, because
Black chana
every
also.
day she needs a different tiffin, and
Yeah.
fruits are something compulsory. So there's a fruit tiffin as well. So they eat fruits almost every day.
That's good. It is actually always better to accompany their tiffins with, fruit always. So even if in any worst case the child is not liking the food, at least he will have that fruit at least. So can we go on to the next slide? Kids' immunity is very important. Vitamin C is the nutrient which is the most important for child's immunity. So we have pomegranate. We've shown the pictures because visuals are better recollected later. Okay, so pomegranate and nuts, they are the two wonder fruits for a child's immunity. To serve them with pomegranate. Pomegranate looks very bright and very good also. So you can incorporate pomegranate in different foods.
Are the seeds okay for a small child?
Yeah, if you have given it in the form of maybe ground form, or you add it in something, like you can give, you can mash it, you can grind it with the milk. Like for example, you can make anjeer doodh, milk fig, you can grind it in the milk. So it adds a good flavor to the milk. And different seeds, like even pumpkin seeds also you can add to the child's food. So add it in different foods. You may not like, definitely you can't eat like that.
Yeah.
You'll have to add it in the food.
Mine is a 1.5-year-old kid, so I can do that for this.
Yeah, definitely. You can give crushed nuts, crushed almonds or walnuts to a child.
How much should we give?
For
Knowing
a
that
child,
almond specially also 8 increases of heat, you need to know how much to give at each child.
maybe for a 1 to 3-year-old child, maybe 4 to 5 minutes you can give easily.
Okay.
And if you think that they have that nature, they have hot nature, then you maybe soak it.
Yeah.
4 to 5 can be given easily.
Another question. The previous slide you said that there is a multi-grain which should be given by adding ragi and other things. What we get in the markets, can you use the same multi-grain?
No, not at all. I mean, see, the multigrain atta which is available in the market, number one, doesn't have any fiber. Okay, so it is very, very refined. Number two, they have added, they're calling it multigrain, but you do not know what is the proportion. Maybe in 10 kgs they've just added half kg, or maybe they've added only 250 grams of some atta. Then that would not really help you. Okay, so always, even if it is in smaller quantities, but add it on your own. Do not rely on the multigrain flours which is available in the
What is
market.
the quantity that we should be adding?
It will have to start from maybe only a teaspoon and see if the child is accepting it. Then if the child is accepting it, then you may increase it a little bit. So start maybe with a teaspoon in if you're making 2 to 3 rotis, start with a teaspoon only. And one flour at a time. Do not add 2 to 3 kinds of flours at a time. 2 wonder foods for your little ones, brain, different colored vegetables. Like brinjal, spinach, red cabbage, broccoli, tomatoes. Different colors have very, very big nutritional significance. Every different color is good for different organ or different function of our body. Okay, they are very high in antioxidants. They are very high in polyphenols, which have very good properties. Okay, very good anti-allergic and antioxidant properties. All right. So try giving your child different colored fruits and vegetables. Like bell peppers can be given, red and yellow capsicum can be given. So try and incorporate as many colors as you can incorporate in your child's diet. Eggs, if your child can have egg, it would be really good. It is very good for the brain. They have basically, these foods have some or the other thing. They have some substance in it which helps to boost up the brain, the mental development of the child. And as I have already mentioned, 70 to 80% of child's brain develops during first year of age only. Okay. Now I'm going to give you some healthy snacks options for a child.
Just one question. Should there be a balance between sweet and salt to the kid also, or
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. In fact, it is very important for you to identify whether your child has a liking towards sweet foods or whether the child has a liking towards salted foods. So it makes it easier for you to make those kinds of food. Like for example, rice can be given in the sweet form as well as it can be given in the salted form. So if your child has a liking towards meetha, you can make it in the form of kheers and all. Corn canopies, popcorn or steamed corn is one of the options. So, there are small canopies which are available in the market. So you can stuff it with actually anything. You can stuff it with maybe corn chaat. You can stuff it with nuts and add some chocolate sauce over it. So you can make interesting canopies out of your vegetables and corn. Then you can give some steamed corn chaat. You can give popcorn. Popcorn is something light and children like also. This is healthy. So whenever your child feels like having something, instead of making your child eat chips and all, give them popcorn. It is healthy. Dried fruit and nuts mixed. So walnuts, almonds, raisins, prunes, figs, dates, all of them are good for your child. So generally these foods are considered as adult food. Generally bade log hi khate hain. Fig, date, nobody feeds to their children generally, but you should give it to your child. You can maybe like as I said, fig milk you can make, even you can make date milk also, and it gives a very good flavor to your milk. Your homemade bhel can be one of the options. Murmura, and in murmura you can add lots of vegetables. You can add maybe a little bit of corn flakes. You can add rice flakes, sugar to it, and make a crispy, crunchy homemade bhel. Flavored milk or flavored yogurt. Okay, give papaya smoothies to your child, kiwi smoothies. Make different flavored milks so that it adds color as well as taste to the food. And of course, nutritional value is increased. Tomato toast. So this can be given as an evening snack. On a toast, you can apply a thin layer of butter and add put 2 to 3 slices of tomato and microwave it. All right. So that can be interesting. It is a colorful thing basically.
I have a question. Can you serve bread, or if we can serve breads, then wheat bread or whole wheat bread or brown bread, which is better?
Okay. See, brown bread is equally bad as white bread is. The normal white bread which is available in the market. But yes, the multigrain bread or wheat bread, which they call it as whole wheat, dalia bread, oat bread, it is much better. You can serve bread to your children, but do not make it a daily affair. Maybe twice in a week, something like I said, tomato toast, or to make an interesting sandwich, because they need variety also. That we'll have to accept it that they need variety, and bread can be made in different forms. So maybe something like twice in a week you can serve it to your child. That's not a problem. And in fact, if it is whole wheat bread, it is definitely better. Pea cutlet in different forms, different shapes. So instead of making aloo cutlet only, aloo is not bad for children definitely, but do not give only aloo cutlets always. Okay, so give different, maybe carrot cutlet sometime, pea cutlet sometimes, so that they have different colors and different shapes also. Moong dal chila roll, I mentioned in one of the examples also. So basically you can make moong dal chila, you can make besan chila, you can make different, basically chilas can be made, it is a wrap. Okay, so chilas can be made with different flours. And then you can make, again, stuffing can be changed. So sometimes you can fill it with corn, sometimes you can fill it with different vegetables, sometimes you can fill it with sprouts also. Alright? So you may need to maybe steam it a bit, but you can fill it with sprouts also. So stuffing can be changed. Thank you. Any questions?
So,
Yeah.
is it okay for us to give cornflakes the way we have it in our breakfast?
Corn, alright. They are made generally from either rice flour or corn flour they are made. So you shouldn't be giving them every day. Even chocos also, which is very, very much favorite food of children, it shouldn't be given daily. Once in a week if you've given it, it is okay. But do not give it every day.
And how about oats?
Oats are very good. Very good. Oats, muesli, they're very good.
But they are processed, right? They're also processed.
See, oats you can never find in raw. Oats are processed just like maybe rice are. They need that kind of processing. That much of processing they need.
And how about soya milk?
Soya milk is also good. It is very good.
The Tetra Pak one.
Yeah.
That's the one we get.
Soya milk is again, you can't have it as it is from, you can't have it raw.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll have to have the packet one. It is okay.
The flavored ones are okay.
The flavored ones are also.
Starting from which age? Soya milk?
Soya milk, I think after not before 1 year of age, definitely. You know, 6 to 12 months, they are just starting to eat family food. They're starting to eat these foods. Okay, so do not give very rare kind of foods or very uncommon kinds of foods to them. Feed them the normal kitchen foods, whatever is available in the kitchen. Okay, like atta, roti, rice flakes, murmura, then this thing, suji. You can make suji kheer, you can make suji upma out of it, add lots of vegetables to it. Okay, you can give different dals. So 6 to 12 months, do not give them a lot of packaged foods. It is only after 1 year of age that you can start giving these packaged foods. But I mean, surprisingly, we start giving them Cerelac. Okay, Cerelac is very much processed. In fact, I mean, that's a properly processed food. Okay, so that should not be given.
I wanted to ask you about Cerelac. Like, my daughter is 11.5 months old. A lot of times, she does eat proper meals. I try and feed her dinner, but there's a lot of times that she's so exhausted, she doesn't want to be fed. So, you know, ideally what I do is I put Cerelac in a bottle and give it, at least she's getting some nutrition. But I wanted to know whether compared to formula milk and Cerelac, what is the option that I should give her in Cerelac? Is it formula is better or Cerelac when I'm
I think formula milk is better.
That's better.
Formula milk is actually, the formula milk which is available in the market, it has been made in such a way that they have tried to make it very close to the breast milk. They have tried to make the composition of formula milk very close to the breast milk. So formula milk are much better. Okay? Than Cerelac.
Okay.
Alright. So any more questions you have? Then we have a quiz. That's the last session we have.
I have a quick one.
Yeah.
My daughter is around a little less than 2 years now.
Okay.
So she likes curd more than milk. So, but whenever we give curd to her, she's feeling cold. She always has so
It doesn't suit her.
It doesn't.
The curd.
She likes the taste,
Okay.
but she has cold.
You know, in that case, you will have to really take care of the temperature firstly. Because these were winters till now. Last 3 months of winters, so I think she was catching cold. But it is a myth that curd gives you cold. Okay, so temperature should be right. You can probably make it a little for 10 seconds. If you keep it in the microwave, it takes out that coldness out of the food. Okay, and number 2, add it in small amounts in whichever form you're giving it. Give it in small amounts.
I have a son, 11 months old. So he's very underweight. He was born 1 kg and now he's only 8.5. So at 11 months.
How old is the child?
11 months.
11 months.
Okay. So can we start some protein supplement like Neutralite protein powder or Pediasure after 1 year of age?
Supplements should be started only if they have some deficiencies.
This only is very underweight.
I think you should try feeding him with the natural foods first. Okay, maybe see a nutritionist who can, maybe he's not taking a proper diet, he's not, fulfilling his nutritional requirements only.
So as per doctor, his growth chart is fine because he was born 1 kg and now he's 8.5. So he's growing as per proper plan. But as we see other babies, 11 months old, he's very underweight. So that's the reason I'm asking.
Supplements I would not really recommend.
Even for 2+? What about Pediasure after 2+?
See, we generally do not recommend supplements. We do not believe in supplements. Being a nutritionist, I would never say that you should give supplements. I think every child can grow up well with a natural food. It actually needs your lot of effort and it needs consistency.
No, we are not replacing Pediasure from the routine meal. It's just like we are giving something extra.
No, but then it is definitely going to fill the child's stomach and it may be heavy on the child's tummy also.
I'm giving him, I guess, 150 ml with 1 scoop of Pediasure in the night when he's asleep. So,
and how old is the child?
He's 2+.
2+. Okay, if you're giving and if it is not replacing food at all, it is still okay. But if you feel that he is lacking in his growth or if he is underweight, like she also mentioned that the child is underweight, only then you may be needing to give the supplement.
No, my son is running around.
Otherwise, no, there is no requirement. If the child is appropriate for the age, there is no requirement to supplement. Why to make him dependent on supplements right from childhood? Supplements are not good for us also. They are artificially made. Okay, the natural nutrition, the natural nutrients, meaning some vitamins and minerals, they have been condensed or they have been processed and made it in the form of a powder or capsule.
These days, whatever food we are getting, like milk, everything is processed. You know, everything is processed and
see, in that case, if we see, we do not have anything. Only probably organic foods we have right from the farm. Yeah, otherwise we do not have anything. We go free from pesticides. So
again,
no, that's true. But at least still, it is the natural form. It has maybe pesticides, it has adulteration. In that way, because you will not be able to get you will not be able to get a pure milk or pure thing. Only except you go for organic food.
When you say 5 meals a day, what should be the balanced meal between the 5 meals? What should be it should be rich in protein? What should be 5 balanced contents that should be there in a 1 day meal?
I mean, you want me to tell you the nutrients?
Yep. Nutrients or the food.
See, the child should have a proper breakfast. A breakfast can be something like maybe there should be something maybe out of milk, and there should be something like out of cereal also. Okay, and I mean a breakfast will never be complete with just maybe a glass of milk with 1 slice of only bread. Okay, with some.
Like at a 1 year age.
You can give suji. All the cereals are equally good.
So I mean, that's okay if I give her. She has rice more easily instead of roti. So can I? Is it okay to just give her rice?
You can give him suji upma also if the child doesn't want to have roti.
Even dalia is very good.
Very good. It has a lot of fiber also.
My child is 4 years plus. She is fond of fruits. So whenever I give her roti, she runs with the fruits. So can she do that often?
She runs. I mean, she doesn't eat protein.
No, she doesn't like eating roti. She wants to go for the fruits.
You can't be giving her fruits all the time. They do not have enough of calories. They are very good. They have good amount of vitamins and minerals, but they do not have enough of calories. So we'll have to give them some of the other cereals.
Can I give her fruits?
You can give 2 fruits a day, two fruits a day, or maybe 3 vegetables a day. 5, basically what we say is 5 a day. Okay, so 2 fruits or plus 3 vegetables, or 3 fruits and plus 2 vegetables should be given.
Try giving chapati or rice with the fruit. At least my kid likes it that way.
Like this is a seasonal cold Adela, so you can give seasonal fruits like oranges, bananas.
Seasonal fruits are best.
But in this cold, you will catch cold faster or something like that.
Fruits will never make them catch cold. They give them immunity.
And even bananas?
Even bananas. Bananas and potatoes, these are 2 very good food for children. Okay, but they give them in a healthy form. Potatoes, generally they are associated with not being a very healthy food. Potato is a very good food for child especially. But give it in the healthy form. Do not give finger fries, finger chips, huh?
What do you mean? Healthy way means I didn't.
Healthy way means if it is been even aloo paratha is fine. Aloo sandwich is fine. But don't give it in fried form. Do not give it in form of French fries. Sorry? For 1 year it can be healthy. Maybe you can make aloo raita also, and you can make aloo sandwiches, aloo rotis.
And how much fried food can be given to small kids? Normally we avoid fried food.
Not below 1 year, definitely. Fried should not be given to a child below 1 year.
And all.
Sorry?
But kids like puris and French fries, you know.
See, once in a while, if they're liking French fries, if you will not expose them to the taste, they will not even know that there's something like this exists. French fries, I will not really recommend. It's not possible. No, it is definitely possible.
How about having spices? Some chili.
Again, not below 1 year of age. After 1 year of age, you can still add few spices, but keep them in moderation. Do not give them very spicy food. But below 1 year of age, give them only salt and sugar.
Can I give almonds to 1 year old baby?
Yeah, definitely. Right from 6 or 7 months old, you can give ground almonds to your child.
My daughter is amount like 2, 3.
How old is your child?
1 year old. 13 months.
Yeah, maybe 3, 4 you can give.
3, 4 a day.
So my daughter is 12 months. She is not at all into sweet food. She's not interested.
What is the age?
12 months.
12 months, okay.
Yeah. So is it okay if she's not having anything sweet?
She doesn't like sweet foods at all.
She will not take it. She's not at all ready to take it.
It's okay. I mean, it is the taste. It is her taste. We can't really. You shouldn't be forcing. Definitely. If you will force her, then she will never eat it.
I'm not forcing her to have it, but just wanted to know
if she's not at all having anything sweet.
You tried it. She doesn't have sweet sugar in milk also.
Sweet milk also. No, nothing sweet like we can say kheer. It could be rice kheer or suji.
So it's okay. Don't give her right now. Maybe wait for a month or so and then reintroduce it later. At about since what age have you been seeing that she doesn't like meat?
Since she was 7.5, 8 months.
Okay, she doesn't take anything at all. Maybe she doesn't have a taste. We can't force her. It's just that you have to try it in different forms and maybe little later. Don't give her anything sweet for about 1 month.
She will like it.
Some thoughts on chocolates?
Small quantity is required.
Chocolates, see, again I would say same thing. जब तक दूर रख सकते हैं रखिए. एक बार taste.
Damage is already done.
अगर damage already हो चुका है, so in that case I think जितना कम. See, you do not stock it. Number 2, never try to reward your child with a chocolate, or never try to reward your child with eating out. Never associate doing something good with eating out or eating anything unhealthy. And never eat in front of your child. Your elder sibling should not eat it in front of a younger child. So these things can be done so that you can at least try to prevent your child from eating big amount of chocolates.
How about giving cold milk in summer?
It's okay. Milk can be given in any form.
My kid loves cream biscuits, so is the flavored cream okay with childhood? No problem.
1 plus?
Yeah, almost 2.
Yeah.
How about jams?
Yeah. Jams are also nice.
Food cooked in the microwave is not good for the kids' health also. The health wise. So is it true?
No. This is false. In fact, microwave conserves the nutrients. If you are having something, see, it doesn't have any mode of eating. If you're cooking something in water, the nutrients may go out in the water. Okay, they may get dissolved. But in microwave, the cooking is happening with waves. So there is no mode of cooking, so it gets conserved inside. So it is very healthy.
And what about organic food and organic vegetables? Should we focus on giving our kids only organic?
If you can afford, definitely. Because organic foods are definitely expensive. So organic foods are definitely good. I mean, they are free from pesticides. That's what they at least claim. Other foods we can't really depend on them. The quiz. Now I'm going to ask you
just one last question. When you say proper breakfast, I know every kid has different appetite, but what is the bare minimum that comes under proper? So how much do you think is like bare minimum that a kid should eat? So my kid is 1.5 years old, and I never really understand if this much is sufficient.
What does he eat? I'll tell you whether it is sufficient or not.
So besan chilla in the morning you can have one.
Okay. Only plain besan chilla?
We put onions and ghee as well. So we grate onions and ghee and then he takes one. Yeah. And for lunch he will usually have between 1 to 1.5 chapati. And same for dinner.
But for the breakfast, I would say only a chilla is fine. This is a very good thing that as you said that you grate vegetables in it. But you can add on maybe a bowl of curd to it if it is possible.
Okay.
So milk product can be added, or maybe you can stuff it with some paneer. Okay. So it will add protein also.
So my son doesn't eat any fruits at all. He's eaten like a lot of fruits till 15 months. Now he's around 25 months. He doesn't eat any fruits. Is it okay to just give him fresh juices then? As in, I've tried in all forms. Given him a scoop of ice cream with some bananas and apples.
None of the fruits?
Nothing. Pomegranate.
It is definitely, it must be really tough. You can give him juices. But just that, right now, this is a foundation that you're laying in for his taste buds. Right? So if you start giving him juices, he will never be able to develop the taste of a fruit. He will not know that, fruit can be chewed also. So, maybe to give a week's gap and try and giving him different forms, give different colors.
All possible ways, scoops of mangoes, made little, put little toffees or those little colored balls on it to make them look little colorful. But he would just look at.
How old is the child?
He's around 25 months.
25 months. see, quite a big child.
Have you tried pumpkin?
See, definitely fruit juice is
Boiled pumpkin. My daughter just loves it. Boiled pumpkin?
with salt.
Without anything.
Have you ever given it in the form of purees?
I'm sorry?
Purees have you given?
He doesn't like.
Purees he doesn't like. He likes it in the form of juices. He takes juices.
He doesn't mind having a mixed juice or something like that. But okay. But nothing as such. Oranges, dates, bananas, pomegranate, kiwi.
Maybe for now it is okay that you're giving him at least in the form of fruit juices. He's getting that kind of nutrition. But you should keep trying giving him in different forms, or try and add it in something. Even if he doesn't like to have a flavored yogurt also,
No, I've tried
blend it in the curd.
Cream and curd and even smoothies.
Okay.
The moment he just smells it and he just eats it and walks away.
So in that case, the child is quite fussy about it, I think.
Yes. But so 15 months is pretty okay. He tried everything, but suddenly after that, he's completely
And do you try it very often, giving him foods?
No, probably once a week or something.
So I think do not try very often. But let him forget that taste and that smell, and then try and reintroduce it. We'll have to bully the child. Right?
Would you recommend any sort of diet chart according to age?
Yes, see, diet charts are very much customized. Every child has unique needs. So definitely, 1+ years of age definitely needs a proper diet, a balanced and a nutritious diet plan. So, but it is something very customized and a very unique diet plan that every child will have. For children, whole milk is fine. They need calorie dense foods. So you can give whole milk. And in fact, for the nuts and eggs, as she mentioned that lots of pediatricians are saying, it is just that because nuts and eggs are very, a lot of people are prone to allergies. So this is the reason. But if you follow that rule of when you introduce it, do not introduce any other new food. Observe the child. If he is developing any allergy, then you may have to stop it. But otherwise, there is no problem. Doctors say only because it is very much allergy developing.
And which is more recommended, cream milk or the full milk?
Full cream milk can be given to the child. Only if you think that the child is overweight, or the child was always a chubby child and the child is above the weight for his age, then you may switch over to toned milk. Otherwise, there is no need. Give full cream milk.
My child doesn't take any milk product. Any. Okay.
Say because you are feeding me.
Yeah,
the reason I know.
I fed him for 2 years. He was not taking milk in any form. No curd, no kheer, no milk.
Okay.
Not at all. He was not eating well because I was feeding him. I stopped the feeding now, and he's
How did you manage that? After 2 years, it's so difficult.
No, but it is the same. But once you stop that, he'll start developing good eating habits for sure. I'm not sure about milk because till now I'm not into that. But for eating habits, yes, he'll develop a good eating habit also.
Good that I met you.
The last session I was about to tell you.
My baby is on formula milk. So shall I go for Amul milk or something like that, or it should be mixed?
How old is the child?
13 months. Or it should be like mix of both. Sometimes formula and sometimes Amul.
You must be giving the formula milk appropriate for his age.
Yes,
we are going for that. So I think you will continue with formula milk also. Formula milk is good.
It's better than the packet milk, or like because more different food there.
It is better than packet.
So at what age should we shift from formula to cow milk to Amul or whatever full cream?
See, gradually you can definitely shift. Maybe after 1.5 years of age, or maybe after 2 years. I think they have packaged milks are available, I think till 2 years of age, so maybe later. And gradually you can start doing it from maybe 14 months, 15 months also.
Which milk is better, cows or buffalo?
See, cow's milk is richer in calcium, buffalo's milk is richer in fats and calories. Okay, so both are good. For child, I think there is no comparison. You can give them either.
Did you just say that formula milk is better than cows or buffalo's milk?
At least till 12 months, 13 months, yes.
And what about after that?
See, gradually, after about 1.5 years of age, you can gradually start, weaning them off the formula milk and start giving them the cows or buffaloes. The only thing is that, milk is very prone to infection, even the packaged milk also. and they have been coming from very far off places. So you know, you never know where they may catch infection. So we always tell.
Is a Tetra Pak better?
In terms of infection, if you're asking me, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah.
No, I just there's so much adulteration, you know. I also use Tetra Pak, and I started doing these last not even for 7 years. I've already been using Tetra. The only reason is because I was in Bombay and they should be really big adulteration problem. So is that okay? Because that is also, I'm sure,
definitely okay.
How healthy is soya nuggets that we get?
Very healthy. Very healthy. Soya is very healthy and it can be given in any form. Soya is good for everybody actually, for us and for them.
What is the proper age for giving that?
Soya? You can start giving it. Again, soya is very allergy causing. Okay? So soya, whenever you give it very consciously and give it in one form, gradually start it and again observe the child. But it can be started maybe after 9 months of age, once the child has started eating properly. But it can be started below even 1 year also. Okay, so we start with the quiz, then we may have questions again after this quiz. So you have to raise your hands, okay, whoever knows the answers. Please don't say the answers aloud, okay? Dash is the most important meal of the day to kickstart the child's mind. Okay, from the back. Breakfast. For us also, not only for children, for us also. Bananas are a good source of potassium, calcium, fiber or vitamin D. Potassium. So all of you know that there is such a good source of potassium. The best brain food for your child is grapes, walnuts, peanuts, apples, lemons. So very easy question.
I think you should ask people to raise hands who do not know the answer.
I think so. You know, there's a very interesting fact that the shape of the food resembles to an organ and it is good for that organ. Many of you know that. So walnuts resemble to a brain. Cashew nut resembles to the, and even rajma also resembles to the kidney. Both of them are good for our kidneys. So, tools to help you choose the best foods for your kids include the food pyramid or a BMI calculator.
Food pyramid.
Do you know what is food pyramid? Have you ever seen that?
No.
What exactly?
See, basically, it has been given by the authorities, by WHO and all authorities. There's a pyramid which shows that as the block of the pyramid is getting narrower, though they place few foods in every block. They have divided the pyramid in 4 to 5 blocks. Okay, and the foods which are placed in the biggest block, that should be taken very often, like fruits and cereals, fruits, vegetables. And as you are going towards top and the block is getting narrower, that means those foods should be taken in the very less quantity, like maybe chocolates and sweets. Tools to help, Probiotics, which are now added to many brands of yogurt, are beneficial bacteria, beneficial viruses, beneficial yeast, extra vitamins to boost your immune system.
Beneficial bacteria.
Beneficial
I have a question here. Do you think we should give Yakult or any other probiotic thing to our kids?
See, probiotic curd is good for the child, but probiotic drinks are very much concentrated in these beneficial bacteria. So I think not before 2 years of age. Give them after 2 years.
After 2 years, we can give Yakult? No.
Although it is very, very good, but it has very concentrated, or maybe you will have to check with it, because the probiotics are added and they have a proper concentration in which they have been added. Alright, and I think it is too strong for the child.
Even after 2 years?
2 years, after 2 years you can give. Not below 2 years, that's what I was saying, not below 2 years. But yeah, probiotic curd and all you can give. They are good. Junk foods are typically High in salt, high in calories, have lots of added sugar, low in fiber. And how many of you are giving junk foods to your children? Sometimes. Now why do you have such low hand space? So you know that it is not good.
So is noodles also junk for a kid or is noodles?
From outside, yes. If you make it at home, it is okay. Because you are adding it, you are making it with proper oil and oil.
But these Chinese sauces and all are fine if we have them at home. So we should do noodles without the sauces. Right?
Yeah, you can make sauces at home, tomato sauce, and you can make those sauces at home. Vitamin D is important to prevent scurvy, rickets, anemia, blindness, or dental caries. Rickets. Carrots, a rich source of vitamin A for your kids, are good for which body part? Eyes. Alright. So you know that all orange, yellow and red colored fruits and vegetables are good for eyes because they are rich in vitamin A. Which among these has most fiber? Wheat dalia, bread, rice, pasta. Wheat dalia. Suggest interesting ideas how will you include more veggies in your child's diet. All of you have pen and paper, so you will write it. Write it. I already 4 options in which you can include veggies in the diet of your child. Okay. So first 5 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We start with you.
Veg upma with suji, corn chaat, stuffed paratha, poha with veg.
Right.
Boiled veggies with cheese. I'll add one.
Anybody else who has different answers?
Pulao, cutlets, mixed vegetable parathas and chilas.
Right.
Pasta,
right.
Burger.
If you add in the tikkis, the different vegetables that child will really love.
Yeah, maybe but then you should try in giving it only once they're able to, if they're looking for something.
Maybe it's just like a cutlet.
Okay. See, I'll tell you, buns which you're giving them, they are not really healthy. Okay, so give them only if they are wanting to have something from outside and you want to replace it with an alternative, a healthier alternative. But for a child who doesn't know what a burger is, it is not advisable to give.
Vegetable soups.
Yeah. Sprouts with sprouts chaat.
Khichdi, dalia, vegetable balls.
Sorry?
Khichdi,
vegetable khichdi.
Dalia,
Dalia,
suji,
ragi sambar, right?
poha,
Vegetable poha.
vermicelli with veggies.
Vermicelli with vegetables, right? And these days we have vermicelli out of suji also, which is not that mega. So you can see that vegetables can be added in so many forms. Everything actually you can add vegetables. So why do we always think that my child doesn't eat vegetables? Okay, so you do not really need to give them a katori of sabzi like we have.
Yeah.
Even if it has been included in everything, it is okay. Right?
So sprouts, when we give, should we steam them? Or?
Steam them. Because they are raw, they can be hard for the child's digestive system.
But my child is still having, so is that okay?
Without steaming it?
Yeah.
How old is the child?
18, no, 20 months.
20 months, yeah. Child is quite big now. Alright, thank you so much. Okay, and you can give us your email ID, so we will forward you the slide.
Sorry, I came late. I had a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure.
Mom, this excess of protein, how come the kids taking twice?
No. In Indian scenario, no child takes excess of protein. All of us must be taking a protein deficient diet, especially vegetarians.
And what about my child is really fond of tomato ketchup, which is
not really good. Try and replace it with the healthy घर की बनी हुई धनिया पुदीना चटनी or with tomato chutney.